Hello everyone, today's topic is evidences of evolution. Years back, when the world was more religiously conservative, the concept of evolution was not accepted. Greeks and Romans believed that fossils are the remains of monsters of mythology, and they named these fossils as devil's toenail, snake stones and tongue stones. But now we have enough evidences to accept the fact that the present complex organisms evolved from simpler forms by descent with modification, what we call evolution. The evidences can be categorized as morphological and anatomical evidences, embryological evidences, paleontological evidences, geographical evidences, physiological and biochemical evidences, and so on. I will be explaining a few major evidences. Under morphological evidences, we have evidences from homologous organs, analogous organs, and vestigial organs. Homologous organs are organs of different organisms that have same similarity in their anatomy and have same origin. The best example is the forelimbs of diverse vertebrate groups. As you can see, the forelimb of man, dog, bird, and whale have the same type of bones arranged in different pattern, but they all perform different functions. In man, it is used for grasping, while in dog for running, birds for flying, and in whales it is used for swimming. The same type of homology you can see in the structure of brain, structure of heart, and legs of insects. Even though they have the same origin, the difference in appearance and function of these organs are due to divergent evolution. That is, the ancestral migration to different habitat which led to the modification of organs in adaptation to new requirements. Next is the analogous organs. They have almost similar appearance and perform the same function, but differ in the basic structure, development, and origin. In insects, the wings are formed of chitin and is operated by the muscles attached to its base. In case of birds, it is formed of feathers and supported by bones, and in bats, it is formed of a fold of integument supported by some phalanges. Even though these organs are used for flying, they differ in development and origin. Other examples of analogous organs include fins of fishes and flippers of dolphin. Dolphin is a mammal. And Ichthyosaurus, which is an extinct reptile, has almost similar body shape of a fish. These examples give us a clear idea that these organisms must have migrated to the same habitat and modified their organs to adapt themselves to the new habitat. This helps us to understand more about convergent evolution. Now we'll see vestigial or rudimentary organs. They are remnants of structures which might have been large in size and functional in their ancestors. These organs are seen as non-functional degenerated organs in the present-day organisms. Man has nearly 100 vestigial organs, and a good example is vermiform appendix. You all are very familiar with that, and this is a remnant of cecum which is usually found in herbivores. This indicates that early primates, that is the ancestors of man, had a vegetarian diet. In course of time, his feeding habit changed and the cecum was no longer useful and got reduced in size. Other examples include auricular muscles of external ear, nictitating membrane, and the vestigial tail, which is rarely seen in newborns. The occurrence of these vestigial organs help us to trace the ancestors. Next evidence is from embryology. Ernest Haeckel formulated the recapitulation theory or the biogenetic law, which says ontogeny recapitulated phylogeny. So what is ontogeny? Ontogeny is the development of an organism starting from zygote to adult stage, and phylogeny is the sequence of all the intermediate forms of its ancestors throughout evolution. An individual during its development repeats most important changes which its ancestors have undergone during evolution. The first evidence is the homology in early development of embryos. They exhibit a common pattern of development from zygote to blastula and the two-layered gastrula. The second evidence is the similarity in embryonic stages of different vertebrates. As you can see, the early stages of all animals, fish, chick, calf, man and others, all appear similar. and show the presence of gill clefts, notochord and tail. This common pattern of development is an evidence that this resemblance is inherited from an ancestor common to all. Next is the evidence from paleontology. As you all know, paleontology is the study of fossils, and this gives us the direct evidence for evolution. Distribution of fossils in different strata of earth is an evidence. The fossils found in the bottom layers of rocks are the simpler organisms and are more in number, while complex organisms are found in the upper layers. The fossils present in the upper layers show close resemblance to the present-day forms. This indicates that these complex organisms evolved from simpler forms. Apart from this, the fossil record of some animals like horse, camel, elephant and man are complete, and it shows a complete series of various stages of their evolution. The present-day horse has evolved from an ancestor, Eohippus, which lived in the Eocene period. It was a five-toed animal of the size of a fox and had molars adapted to feed on soft leaves. In Oligocene, it evolved into a more bigger Mesohippus with 3 toes and the development of diastema. What is diastema? It is the gap formed between incisors and premolars, which is common in grazing animals. Later in Miocene appeared the Merychippus, the ruminant horse, which was 3-toed grazer with large crowned grinding teeth. This was replaced by Pleohippus, which had the size of a pony and lived during the Pliocene period. This slowly evolved into the modern horse, the Equus, with increase in size, elongation of neck and limbs, with hoofed middle toe, enlarged brain and large grinding molars, all adapted to live in dry grasslands. Thus, the phylogenetic study of animals proves that the present species arose from pre-existing animals. So these are some of the major evidences which support evolution, that all organisms on earth have a common origin and the differences are the result of modification that occurred in successive generations. Thank you for watching.